Hey y'all, it's Michelle Latrice. Michelle Latrice, how y'all doing? It's been a hot minute, or so it seems to me. So listen, I want to talk a little bit. Okay. Uh, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. I started looking into that a little bit, and I did not know that May has been Mental Health Awareness Month for the last 70 years. Mm-hmm. Huh? 70 years. Had no idea. And I really believe it's a good thing that we are now recognizing that there is a month where we have mental health awareness. You know, um, once upon a time, I couldn't even tell you that we had one. Isn't that awful? It's awful. But us knowing means that it is now coming to the forefront. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Just want to talk a little bit, simply because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to talk about some stuff. I had a conversation, as I always do, with my friends, my fellow girlfriends, and we were talking about how in our community mental health has been so taboo. So taboo. Like people really do not talk about it. There's a stigma associated with mental health, and really speaking personally, have as I was growing up, there really was a stigma. Like people did not talk about it. You would have that aunt, that uncle, that cousin, somebody's mother, father in your family, and people literally would just the most you would hear is they're crazy. That's a stigma. There was never, I don't recall there ever being any type of help involved, any type of diagnosis. Let's even with that diagnosis where nobody seemed to know that it was a problem that could be at least addressed. Okay, it particularly in the black community, we can say that I'm black all day, I'm brown all day, y'all. So in the black community, this seems to be a big issue, and I think we touched on it in some of the other videos, if I'm not mistaken. And if we didn't, let's touch on it today. Depression is something serious. And that's not the only mental health. We have depression, we have anxiety, we have bipolar disorder, we have schizophrenia. These are some things that have not been discussed enough. Okay, and again, because of the stigma, but the good news is that it is being pushed into the forefront now, and people are beginning to talk about it. Again, I talked with some of my friends, and we discussed how, for example, we all have girlfriends. We have some people that are super women. They are everything to everybody else. They're good mothers. They're good nurses. Hey, they're good. I mean, just any profession. Good teachers, good doctors. They're good everything. Good sisters, good daughters, good everything. Has anybody stopped to find out did that person need anything? Had you noticed anything about that person? Are they isolating themselves? Well, they were so busy being everything to somebody else. Were they taking care of their own mental health, their own physical health? Because listen, I've been there, done that. Can I say that? Can I be transparent about that? I've been there, done that. Like I have really felt like I have been everything to everybody, and I didn't take care of me spiritually, mentally, physically. Okay, been there. A lot of people don't want to talk about depression. Listen, it exists. I mean, well, it's not a ghost. It's not a fairy. It exists. It really is not the tooth fairy. It's not the Easter bunny. Depression exists. Mental health is very real. Okay, and a lot of times we internalize whatever is going on with you. You don't know who to talk to. This and sometimes these things happen because you don't know what your resources are. Okay. Not only first you have the stigma, okay, and then you don't know where to get help or who to turn to for that help. Okay. So you tend to internalize, and again, you start to isolate, and you're sinking deeper into it because you just don't know what to do. Now, I understand a lot of us are in our churches. A lot of us are in all of these groups, but sometimes, okay, y'all, and I'm saying sometimes, huh? You you don't know if you want to talk to these people that you see every day, huh? That you know what I'm saying? It's like you going to talk to somebody, you have told them all your innermost thoughts or all the situation that you're going through, and it's you don't know how to handle. For instance, your pastor, you might go and talk to your pastor, but here is my personal thing. Again, please hear me when I say my personal thing. Not that they are not equipped. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Can we say that? We're allowed to say that. Some of them aren't. Because you're a pastor does not mean that that you're absolutely because you're a pastor, you're absolutely have an expertise in counseling. I'm sorry. Somebody didn't want to hear that. That's just what I'm saying. Am I saying that about all pastors? No, I am not. I'm a Christian, right? I love the Lord. If I was going to receive counseling, yeah, I probably would want Christian counseling. You see what I'm saying? It's a preference. But what I'm saying is just get some counseling. How about if we say it like that? See, because you don't know where to go. They have all kinds of things now. And all kinds of resources where this can be addressed if we just try to get rid of the stigma that is put on mental illness. You see what I'm saying? That stigma, we have to talk about it. This is when I talk to my girlfriends, I said there has to be a voice to your pain. We cannot eternalize it, right? Or you can never get it fixed. Like if you don't speak a thing, if someone doesn't know what's going on with you, then how can we begin to address the symptoms? You see what I'm saying? How do we address the issues if nobody knows? What I'm saying is, if you can't talk to your pastor, now these jobs, these benefits on these jobs, praise God, you can call somebody. They have these programs, and it's probably part of your benefits. Check your benefits, because now you can go talk to somebody that you don't know, you're not going to see every week, and they have confidentiality. They have to abide by HIPAA, huh? So they can't go out and tell all your business. Okay, now I'm gonna say this: don't nobody beat me up. Don't nobody get mad with me. Pastors, your integrity should keep you from telling somebody's business, but it does not legally keep you from telling somebody's business. Now, somebody got mad about that. I'm sorry. I'm saying personal. Now, again, I love the Lord. I love the pastors. Yes, I do. I don't have anything to say about them at all. Okay, y'all, everybody's with the pastor, with the pastor of your choice, and he's your leader, and you continue to follow your leader. What I'm saying is just get some help, and get some help that's going to help you. Huh? I'm just saying, make sure you get some help that's going to help you. Huh? You heard me? Now, I ain't saying nothing about your pastor now. So don't leave me no kind of comments like that. I ain't saying nothing about your pastor. I said make sure that you're getting help that's going to help. That's all I'm saying. Now, if your pastor qualified, to God be all the glory, you go and talk to him. But I'm saying we got, you can about Google some stuff now, okay? You can go and Google, and it's some resources probably right there in your city. Okay, for people who don't have insurance, that provides this benefit, Google. Because I guarantee you, it's something somewhere that will provide resources for you. Okay, y'all? Suicide rates getting too high. And listen. I'm a old Southern church girl. Listen, even in the church, huh? Even in the church. So this is not an issue that can be ignored. People have pain. People have depression. People have schizophrenia. People have mental illness, and they have to be able to voice their pain without us without us making them feel like you so abnormal, don't nobody want to hear this, you so abnormal, we don't want to be around you, listen. When it's not addressed, I can tell y'all from my experience of being in healthcare, when it's not addressed, that's when you have the highest amount of drug abuse, the highest amount of just abuse is when people have mental illness that is not being addressed. Yes, that's not being addressed. You know, we think that people just on drugs and they want to be. No, a lot of these people that are on drugs, and please, I'm not saying everybody. Okay, I'm not saying everybody's on drug got a mental. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that a lot of these people humans that have a mental illness end up on drugs and have substance abuse. Okay, because they are not getting the help that they need. Now, does that mean that everybody that gets help, you might have some people that do get help and still end up on drugs, but I'm saying if we helped more people with mental illness, then it would be less. You know, and that just goes with everything. Just speaking from my perspective, like depression in the church, a lot of times we don't address that. I think there needs to be more counselors in church. Okay, the suicide rates are too high. They're too high. People are walking around being wounded. The walking wounded is what I call them. The walking wounded, people talking about they're walking around and they wounded because we can see them. They real pretty on the outside, but they all busted up and bruised and scarred up in the inside. There's a war going on in the inside. Okay, so it's time out for being pretty. We got to address stuff. We got to peel the layers back to people. People are very complicated. Huh? They're complicated. We need to start asking people, are they okay? People you never asked before. People you think got it all together. Huh? They got it all together. Everything look good on the outside. You know, we got to start addressing it. We got to start asking all these strong people, are you okay? Do you need anything? We got to start being observant of what's going on in other people's lives. You know, people isolating themselves. You got to be observant, especially family. We tend to know our families. Most of us tend to know our families better than we know strangers. That ain't everybody's testimony, but hey, we tend. I would think, in general, that we tend to know our families. So pay attention, and you sometimes you don't catch everything. So I'm telling y'all, you have been around somebody who is just as depressed as they can be, and you don't even know. I'm telling y'all, dig deeper, pull back some of these layers on these people, leave room, give people the opportunity to voice their pain so you can help them get some help. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so close-minded to everything, and let yourself, let people be a person that people might be able to talk to open up to, so you can help. I mean, you ain't got to be a mental health counselor to try to help somebody to get some help, huh? Like I said, you can do a Google search. You can do a Google search to help somebody, huh? My hair, wow, I love it too. But I'm just saying, that's some serious stuff. That's some let people give a voice to their pain. Let's get people some help. Let's get people some help, y'all. Enough is enough out here. Enough is enough out here. That's real serious stuff. That's real serious stuff. Like I say, you can get some help through your job if you got one and you got those benefits. That's the first thing. If you okay talking with your pastor, listen, talk. Go and talk to your pastor. Like again, I didn't say that every pastor was not capable of doing your counseling. I just personally don't think all of them are capable. I'm not talking about any particular pastor, okay? I'm just saying, I feel like somebody who is trained, and for me, my personal preference is a Christian counselor. That's my personal preference. But I'm talking about has training in mental health. You see what I'm saying? Has that training. Okay, because if I get help, I want help that's going to help me. You understand me, huh? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, and when I was looking into mental health awareness, it was saying that 1 in 5 people battle mental illness. Mental illness. Yo, that's a lot of people. Millions of people battle mental illness. And it's that this conversation has to be brought to the table because people don't understand mental illness. The people who are suffering the most are the people with mental illness. Come on. We got people that's being shot. The police, when they come in contact with them and a person has mental illness, a lot of those people are being shot and killed doing these interactions, because there has not been enough training for people with. Now, you would think that if this affected millions of people, there would be some kind of training with law enforcement. Adequate training. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a police officer, but I'm talking about adequate training because this many people should not be dying. And again, with mental health awareness, let's be aware. Let's educate yourself on something or on it. People will live all their lives and you will not know that there is a mental health issue until, sometimes schizophrenia don't come out until you in your mid-20s, early 30s, and all of a sudden, you had a quote unquote perfect child until they got in college, huh? And all of a sudden they're paranoid. All of a sudden, see, if you don't educate yourself on these things, you don't know how to give them help or get help for them. I was reading up on the story because I want to be educated on, and then I have to be educated because of what I do. But I was reading because I wanted to know. I wanted to personally know. And it was a story about how the girl said she had a brother and he was perfectly fine. And all of a sudden, played sports, was on all the sports, was popular, many girlfriends as wanted, got in college, and all of a sudden his behavior just changed. And then he thought his family was being poisoned, and he paranoid schizophrenia. That's the ages that it starts to come out. That it begins to manifest itself in people's behavior. Yes. So sometimes when you see these young people walk around on the street homeless, mental illness, come on. Mental illness. You say, how are they so young? Mental illness, people. And they can't get no help. They couldn't get no help because we're too busy putting labels on folk. We're putting labels on folks. We're putting stigmas on folk. Instead of trying to understand the problem. Schools getting shut up. Kids are dying. Okay? Because some of these people got mental illness. They being able to they getting guns and everything. This conversation has to be had. Mental health has to be addressed on a much larger scale. The government gonna need to talk about it. School's gonna have to talk about it. I mean, medical institutions are already talking about it. You know what I mean? Like we this is part of our education. But everybody needs to be educated on on mental illness and mental health. You know, I keep saying mental illness, but mental health, period. Mental illness is part of it. Mental health. Your mind got to be right. Sometimes, like I said, you see this walking wounded, they walking around, they don't know who they can talk to, they don't know who to go to, and we're so unaware of them. We sit by them and we sit by them at work. They are in the next cubicle. Huh? They're in the next cubicle. You sit by them in church. They sing on the praise team. Huh? Yeah. They sing on the praise team. They're over ministries. They're over Fortune 500 companies. Huh? They're doctors that treat you. So, you know, this thing don't have a skin color on it. Huh? Don't have a skin color on it. Okay? I'm just letting you know. But because my skin is brown, I'm talking about particularly the Black community. We have to get this stigma off of us. We have to. We got to get this stigma off of mental illness and mental health. And you need to be strong mentally, spiritually, physically. You know, and we got to start looking at those symptoms and looking at what we can do to stop. Sometimes our nutrition is a factor. Huh? Talk about it. If we talk about it, we can change some stuff. If we talk about it, we can change some stuff. So we gotta learn to talk about these things. You know, let people voice their pain. Pay attention. Pay attention to other people's pain. Pay attention to some stuff that may not look like pain, but it's pain. Okay? People dropping off the face of the earth when they stop talking, when they isolate. And I know I done said that 20 times, but I want you to get it in your mind. When they isolating themselves, when they don't want to talk, they stop, look like they don't have have any energy. When they don't want to go nowhere, they don't want to do anything. You done change your appearance a little bit. You're like, she a little unkempt, but you know, maybe she's going through a little something. Maybe it's a relationship. Come on. I don't believe for 1 second that people just wake up one day and say, you know what, this is the first time today. First time I ever felt this, I'm killing myself today, and let me just do it. No, it's some stuff that's leading up to that. You know, mental health is important. It's important. Okay? Because it is my prayer that suicide rates do not continue to climb. Particularly in all communities. Know this. I mean all communities. But I'm talking about it because I'm nice and brown. I'm talking about it in the Black community because I want my people to be healthy. And for so long, you know, mental health has been ignored. For so long. Okay? So what I'm saying is you know, it's time out. Is what I'm saying. It's time out for that. We need to come together and we need to get rid of the stigma of mental illness. Okay? Now I talked a lot, but I had to get that off my heart and my chest, honey. I had to get that off of me. Okay? So, you know, let's talk about it. Y'all, if y'all want to talk about a little something, y'all tell me what y'all want to talk about. You know, I have to get stuff off my chest, so I'm going to keep making my little videos, honey. You know. So tell me what y'all want to talk about. And listen. I want y'all to like, subscribe, turn on your doggone notifications so you know when I'm making these good videos, okay? Turn them on now. And then share it. Share it with somebody else if you think they'll appreciate just talking to your homegirl. Okay? Ms.Chelle the trees. All right? And listen, check on somebody. Huh? Check on somebody. Just check on somebody. Check on the strong one. Check on the one who you know has kind of tried to has drawn away. Okay? Because sometimes people crying out for help, they might not be crying out by articulating it, but their behavior may be voicing that something is wrong. Okay? So just stay woke, pay attention to somebody else's pain. Okay? All right, y'all be aware this May with Mental Health Awareness Month, and come on, let's get it, let's go.